The 1891 New Orleans Lynching, also known as the New Orleans Lynching of 1891, was a series of racially motivated attacks that occurred in the city of New Orleans, Louisiana in the United States. This tragic event is a stark reminder of the deep-seated racism and violence that plagued the country during the late 19th century. The lynching of 1891 was sparked by a high-profile case involving the murder of Police Chief David Hennessy. Chief Hennessy was a well-respected law enforcement officer in New Orleans, known for his efforts to combat crime and corruption in the city. His murder on October 15, 1890 sent shockwaves through the community and led to a widespread investigation to find his killers. During the investigation, several Italian immigrants were arrested and charged with Chief Hennessy's murder. The trial that followed was marred by corruption, witness intimidation, and a lack of concrete evidence linking the accused to the crime. Despite these shortcomings, several of the Italian immigrants were found guilty and sentenced to death. The verdicts in the Hennessy case inflamed racial tensions in New Orleans, as many believed that the Italian immigrants had been unfairly targeted and scapegoated for the crime. Anti-immigrant sentiment was running high in the city, fueled by economic competition and cultural differences between the Italian community and the predominantly white population. On March 14, 1891, a mob of angry vigilantes descended upon the Orleans Parish Prison, where the Italian prisoners were being held. The mob overpowered the guards, seized the prisoners, and proceeded to brutally beat and hang them in the streets of New Orleans. The violence was swift and merciless, with at least 11 Italian immigrants losing their lives in the lynchings. The 1891 New Orleans lynching was a dark chapter in American history, highlighting the dangers of mob mentality, racial prejudice, and a flawed justice system. The incident drew widespread condemnation both domestically and internationally, with many calling for justice and accountability for the perpetrators of the violence. In the aftermath of the lynchings, tensions between the Italian community and the rest of New Orleans remained high. The Italian government demanded justice for the victims and compensation for their families, leading to strained diplomatic relations between the United States and Italy. The legacy of the 1891 New Orleans lynching continues to resonate today, serving as a reminder of the deep-rooted racism and injustice that have plagued American society for centuries. It stands as a somber reminder of the need for vigilance in combating hatred and bigotry, and the importance of upholding the principles of equality and justice for all.